Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and transform them into crystal clear, actionable insights. Today, we're embarking on a delightful, yet surprisingly complex, deep dive into the world of guinea pig care. And we're putting a special spotlight on those tiny, fast-growing nails. Our mission is to equip you with everything you need to confidently keep your guinea pigs happy and healthy, from making nail trims, hopefully a breeze, to spotting the most subtle signs of trouble. Okay, let's unpack this, because what seems like a small detail, those nails can actually be a gateway to understanding their entire well-being.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How often we, overlook seemingly minor aspects of pet care. But then you find out they're actually foundational to an animal's entire quality of life. Consistent grooming, especially something like nail care, isn't just about looks. It's really about comfort, mobility, and critically preventing some serious health issues down the line. We've gathered insights from comprehensive guides, dedicated rescue organizations, even practical YouTube tips, so we really cover all angles for you. Make sure you leave well informed.
Okay, so let's kick things off with the big why. We know nails grow, but for our domestic heavies, why is trimming such a critical, sort of non-negotiable task? What exactly goes wrong if we, skip it?
Well, the fundamental insight here is that guinea pig nails, unlike in the wild where they'd naturally wear down on rough terrain, they just grow continuously in a home environment. They don't really have that natural filing system. And if left unchecked, these nails grow long and then they start to curl, almost like a ram's horn in extreme cases. This quickly becomes more than just uncomfortable. It severely impacts their ability to walk properly. Imagine trying to walk with your own toenails curling right under your feet.
Ouch. Yeah, that paints a pretty clear and quite painful picture. It's easy maybe to dismiss it as just long nails,
Yeah.
but you're saying it's a profound impact on their daily life.
Precisely. The pain forces them to limp, it alters their gait, puts strain on their joints, and in really severe cases, these curled nails can actually pierce and embed themselves right into their foot pads.
Wow.
Yeah, and when that happens, you're looking at a painful wound that absolutely needs immediate vet intervention. Beyond that direct injury, overgrown nails significantly increase the risk of snagging on, bedding or cage fabric,
Right.
which can lead to broken nails, incredibly painful, and basically an open door for infection. This chronic discomfort, the altered posture, it can also contribute to serious conditions like bumblefoot.
Bumblefoot.
Yeah, painful sores on their feet, and even arthritis, especially causing twisting in their delicate little toes. And here's another key thing. Pain in small animals often shows up as reduced activity and, critically, a loss of appetite. That can rapidly spiral into other health crises for them.
It's incredible how one seemingly small detail can just cascade into so many problems.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard some owners suggest adding like rough stones or bricks to the cage to help wear down nails, thinking it mimics a natural environment. Is that a legitimate solution? Or
Ah, yes. It's a common thought, well-intentioned, but actually truly dangerous, a real misconception. The insight we need to grasp here is that a guinea pig's paw pads are incredibly delicate, really sensitive. When you add rough surfaces, sure, they walk on them, but it doesn't just wear down their nails selectively. It wears down their entire paw pad, causes painful abrasions, sores, damage to their sensitive feet. So instead of helping, it just creates new, different problems. We often project, human solutions onto animal problems without really understanding their unique anatomy. And in this case, it's a critical difference.
okay, good to know. Definitely something to strictly avoid then. It really highlights the need for, tailored care. So understanding why it's so critical makes the how-to even more essential. Let's pull back the curtain on the actual process. How do we make this safe and, well, effective?
Right. This is where we move from understanding the problem to empowering you with the solution. So the general rule for frequency, it's about every 2 to 4 weeks. It really depends on your individual guinea pig's growth rate. For baby guinea pigs, for instance, you typically won't need to trim their nails for maybe the first couple of months. The crucial insight here is that regular trimming actually keeps that sensitive bit inside, the blood vessel and nerve tissue, shorter over time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which makes each subsequent trim easier and significantly reduces the risk of accidentally cutting too far.
That's a great tip for reducing long-term stress
Thank
for
you.
everyone involved, probably. And what about the tools? The tools of the trade. Are all clippers created equal, or should we be looking for something specific?
Good question. Not all are equal, no. For guinea pigs, small animal nail clippers, often the guillotine style, are generally considered the best choice. They're designed for smaller, rounded nails, they're easy to grip, and that sliding blade makes a clean, quick cut. Cat nail clippers can also work pretty well as an alternative. Now, some owners do use human toenail clippers, but here's the key difference. Our nails are flat, right? Guinea pig nails are rounded.
Ah, right.
So using those flat-bladed human clippers can sometimes crush the guinea pig's rounded nail instead of cutting it cleanly. That could cause discomfort, maybe even breakage. Then there are grinders, battery-powered tools that smooth the nails down. They can be useful for, say, really thick nails or if your guinea pig has extreme clipper anxiety, but they have their own challenges. They're noisy, which can be frightening for them. They create dust, a bit of an odor, and you can still, inadvertently hit the quick if you're not careful. So for most skittish guinea pigs, the quiet clippers are often the less stressful option, generally speaking.
The dreaded quick. That little red line, or sometimes not so little line, makes every owner nervous. How do we avoid it? Especially with those darker nails where it's like practically invisible.
Yeah, that's the trickiest part, isn't it? This is the most critical piece of detective work for guinea pig owners. If your cavy has white or light-colored nails, it's usually easier. The quick is often visible as a thin red or pink line running inside the nail. For black or dark nails, it's much harder. But here's a practical insight. You can try shining a bright light, like a small torch, or even your phone's flashlight, underneath the nail.
Oh.
The quick will often appear as a darker, sort of opaque area, while the nail tissue around it will look more translucent, lighter. Another method, carefully observe the nail's shape. It often becomes thinner, tapers off where the quick ends. You can also try cutting extremely small bits at a time, tiny snips. Look for a small black spot at the very end of the clipped piece. That's usually a sign you're getting close to the quick. And then there's the squeeze test.
The what now?
The squeeze test. Lightly squeeze the clippers on the nail without actually cutting, just gentle pressure. If your guinea pig nudges away or squeaks, you know you're too close to that sensitive quick and need to move the clippers further down the nail.
That squeeze test is genius. Seriously, it gives you a real-time warning. But even with all these tips, getting a wiggly guinea pig to hold still, that can feel like a Herculean task sometimes. What are some of the best holding techniques to keep them, and let's be honest, us, calm?
Absolutely. It's definitely a team effort with your cavy. Keeping them calm is paramount. A delicious distraction works wonders. Offer treats like a bit of lettuce, carrot, maybe some hay, or those pea flakes they love.
Bribery.
Exactly. And creating a soothing environment helps too. Pet them gently, talk in a calm voice, maybe even play some soft music. Sitting on the floor instead of a high table can make them feel way more secure.
Yeah.
For holding, one popular method is the football style. Tucking them under your arm, kind of gently, with their rump against your abdomen. That helps prevent them from backing up. Another way is holding them upright, supporting their hind legs and chest against your body. Careful support is key. My personal favorite, though, the towel burrito.
Towel burrito, I love it already.
Yeah. You gently wrap your guinea pig in a soft towel, exposing just one leg at a time. This makes them feel incredibly secure, almost like a warm hug. And, bonus, it catches any fur they might shed when they get nervous.
Oh, they shed when nervous.
Oh yeah, they do shed when stressed. So the towel helps with cleanup too. If you're still struggling, a second person can be invaluable. One holds or distracts, the other clips. And remember to take breaks. If your guinea pig is getting too stressed, just pop them back in their cage for half an hour, let them calm down, then try again later. Sometimes, if they get really scared, they might actually freeze, just stop moving, which, ironically, can make clipping a bit easier in that moment. Oh, and a practical tip for you. Wear appropriate clothing. Avoid zips or anything precious they might try to burrow into or nibble.
Those are truly fantastic practical tips, especially the towel burrito. Sounds cozy. It's all about making them feel safe, right?
Yeah.
So once you have them calm and secure, what's the actual cutting technique look like?
Right. The goal is precision and small increments, always small bits. Position the clippers just beyond the quick or where you see the nails start to curve and thin out. Only cut off small amounts, maybe a 1/4 inch at most, often less, especially with dark nails. Just tiny snips, the ideal length. You want the nails to be pretty much level with the bottom of their foot when they stand, pointing sort of perpendicular to the floor, allows them to stand naturally, a critical point. Never twist the digit, the toe itself. That can really cause them pain.
Ouch.
For curly nails, which you often see in older pigs, or if they've been severely overgrown, just trim off small bits repeatedly until they're short enough. Very severe, like corkscrew type cases, those might need a vet's help for the first big trim to get them manageable. And a simple but really effective habit. Record the dates you cut their nails, helps you stay on schedule, and keeps that quick receding.
Okay, we've taken all precautions, used the squeeze test, got the towel burrito ready. But what if Despite our best efforts, we accidentally cut too short and it bleeds. It's probably every guinea pig owner's biggest fear, right?
Yeah.
Especially for a first-timer.
It is a common fear, absolutely. But the key insight here is try not to panic. It will bleed, yes, and it will cause a moment of pain, but it is very, very rarely life-threatening. The absolute best solution to have on hand is styptic powder or a styptic pencil.
Styptic powder.
Okay, it's inexpensive, doesn't really expire quickly, and it works wonders. Just pour a little powder into a shallow bowl or the lid and gently dip the affected nail into it. It works within seconds, usually. It contracts the blood vessels, stops the bleeding, and helps seal it off from bacteria. If you don't have styptic powder right that second, household cornstarch or plain flour can work in a pinch. They help the blood clot.
Ah, okay. Good alternative.
Yeah. For very minor bleeding, sometimes just applying gentle pressure with a clean tissue or a soft cloth for a minute or two is enough. Just make absolutely sure the bleeding has completely stopped before you return your guinea pig to their cage. And always make sure their bedding is clean afterward to prevent any chance of infection setting in. And honestly, if you're still nervous after all these tips, please don't hesitate. Ask an experienced owner, a groomer who works with small animals, or a vet tech for a live demonstration. Watching it done once can make all the difference to your confidence.
That's incredibly reassuring, knowing how to handle it calmly and effectively. So, what does this all mean for comprehensive guinea pig care? Nail care is definitely a crucial piece, but understanding their needs feels like, well, a symphony of holistic care, right? What other often overlooked aspects of their world are just as vital?
It's so true. Nail care is just one note in that symphony, as you say. Beyond nails, general grooming is foundational. For long-haired guinea pigs, weekly brushing is pretty much essential to prevent tangles and mats. Short-haired ones typically need it maybe a couple of times a month. Bathing. It can be beneficial, especially for outdoor pigs or if they get particularly dirty, but you don't want to do it too frequently as it can dry out their skin. A really critical insight for long-haired cavies is dealing with matted fur, especially around their rump, their back end.
Right.
Keeping this fur trim short isn't just cosmetic. It actively prevents matting, reduces odors, and critically, it deters flies and maggots. Flea strike can be fatal, especially in warm weather. It also helps prevent fungal infections.
Wow. Okay, so grooming is clearly way more than just looking good. And what about their social lives? Are they okay being solitary, or do they really need company?
Oh, they are intensely social creatures. This is a non-negotiable aspect of their well-being. They absolutely need company. They are happiest and healthiest when housed in suitable same-sex pairs or groups, or a neutered male with one or more females works well too. The insight here is that companionship isn't just a preference, it's a fundamental requirement for their mental and emotional health. They get lonely and stressed otherwise. Now, male bonding can sometimes be tricky, especially if they weren't raised together from a young age. Neutering them makes them infertile, obviously, but it doesn't always resolve fighting if their personalities just clash significantly. If fighting does occur, a useful tip is sometimes to house them in adjacent cages. They can still see, hear, smell each other, providing social contact without the physical conflict.
That's a good workaround.
Yeah, and here's a crucial, often misunderstood point. Rabbits and guinea pigs should never be housed together. Ever.
Really? Why is that?
Two main reasons. Rabbits carry a bacteria, Bordetella bronchoseptica. It's often harmless to them, but it can be deadly to guinea pigs, causing severe respiratory infections. Plus, just the physical difference, rabbits are bigger, stronger, and can inflict serious injury with their powerful kicks, even accidentally during play. It's just not safe.
That's a vital distinction. Very important safety point. We know introductions need patience. I remember you sharing the story of Primrose, a partially sighted female, successfully introduced into a group. That really highlighted the need for careful observation.
Exactly. Introductions need immense patience and really watchful observation, just like Primrose's story showed. Her male companion in the established group actually became this incredible peacemaker, helping with her grooming, kind of easing her into the social dynamics. It was amazing to see. As for handling them generally, guinea pigs are often nervous at first. It's normal. Building trust is a gradual process. It involves gentle talking, stroking, and of course, treats always help.
Treats again.
Always treats. Pick them up gently but firmly, supporting their middle, their body. Many will learn to enjoy lap time, especially if it comes with tasty rewards.
Okay, diet. Always a big concern for pet owners. You mentioned vitamin C earlier, how critical it is. What are the absolute dietary essentials we need to know for guinea pigs?
Diet is absolutely paramount, and here's perhaps the most critical insight of all. Guinea pigs cannot make their own vitamin C.
At all.
Not at all. It's a unique physiological quirk. Unlike most other mammals, including us, they lack the enzyme to synthesize it. Without a daily external source, they are uniquely susceptible to scurvy. It's incredibly painful, affects their joints, teeth, skin, and it can be fatal.
Wow. Daily is key then.
Daily is absolutely key. You must provide vitamin C every day through fresh sources. Things like fresh grass, if you know it's safe and untreated, spring greens, bell peppers, especially red, kale, parsley, cauliflower leaves, broccoli. Do not rely solely on their dried food for vitamin C. Its content degrades really rapidly once the bag is opened and exposed to air and light. They should also have a small amount of good quality dried food. The general guideline is about 1 flat egg cup per guinea pig per day. That's it. And stick to pellets, not the muesli-type mixes. Muesli encourages selective feeding. They pick out the tasty, often sugary bits and leave the healthier, fortified parts.
Ah, I've seen that happen.
Yeah. And fresh, good quality hay, Timothy hay is great, should always be available. It should make up the bulk of their diet, like 80–90%. Essential for digestion and dental health. Treats, fruits like strawberries, small bits of apple or pear, grapes, tomatoes, a tiny piece of banana very sparingly because of the sugar. Avoid those sugary processed pet shop treats entirely. Pesticide-free apple branches are excellent for chewing, helps their teeth. Oh, one important medical note. Be aware that very acidic foods like citrus, sometimes apples, tomatoes, even beetroot can exacerbate something called chylitis.
Chylitis.
Yeah, painful sores, often at the corners of their mouth. If your guinea pig seems prone to that, maybe cut back on those acidic foods.
So, vitamin C daily. Lots of hay, limited pellets, careful with treats. Got it. That's a game changer for their health, not just a bonus. What about their living space? What's the ideal setup for, say, a pair of cabies?
Size definitely matters for housing. A hutch or an indoor cage needs to be at least 4 feet long for a pair. Bigger is always better, gives them space to move. For bedding, a deep layer of dust-extracted shavings is good, with a generous layer of hay on top for burrowing and eating. You can line the hutch floor with newspapers underneath to help with absorbency. Hooded corner litter trays or little houses, hideaways are really popular. They provide that essential sense of security, a quiet place to retreat. Sold bedding needs to be spot cleaned daily, remove the wet patches. And the entire cage needs a deep clean, usually twice a week, using a pet-safe disinfectant. If they have outdoor access, an escape-proof run with a secure lid is essential. Not just to keep them in, but honestly to protect them from predators like birds of prey or even cats.
Right, safety first.
Absolutely. And it needs a covered area for shade and protection from rain. Outdoor hutches should ideally be raised, maybe 6 inches off the ground, to prevent dampness seeping in. And here's a critical, often overlooked detail with those 2-level hutches. The ramps. They're frequently really steep.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Many guinea pigs really dislike steep ramps. They might avoid using the upper level altogether, which defeats the purpose of the extra space. But there's a simple, ingenious solution. You can adapt the ramp with a tube maybe made of sturdy cardboard or a piece of lino bent into shape to make the slope gentler and enclosed. Makes it feel safer and much more appealing for them to use.
That's a clever hack for the ramps. I like that. Okay, so even with the best possible care, great diet, spacious hutch, regular nail trims, sometimes health issues still crop up. What are some of the key things our listeners should be watching out for, those critical early warning signs?
This is where vigilant observation really becomes their best defense. Being attuned to subtle changes. Firstly, overweight or obesity. It's surprisingly common, often caused by too much dried food, maybe too many sugary vegetables or fruits, or those sweet pet store treats. It leads to similar health risks as in humans or other animals: heart strain, joint problems. Stick to that 1 egg cup rule for pellets per pig per day. Excess weight can also predispose males, in particular, to something called an impacted rectum or a compacted perineal sac. Yeah, weakened muscles basically prevent them from properly expelling vital, soft, caecal pellets, which they need to re-ingest for nutrients, and also the hard fecal pellets from their perineal sac. It's not really curable, but it is manageable with regular, gentle, manual emptying, often helped by a bit of massage oil or Vaseline. Needs consistent care. Then there are mites, specifically a nasty one called Trixicaris cavia. This particular species is highly contagious between guinea pigs and causes severe skin irritation. Intense scratching, frantic behavior, bare patches, crusty skin. Here's the critical insight. If left untreated, these mites can actually be fatal. The stress, the skin damage, potential secondary infections, it's awful. Urgent vet-prescribed treatment, usually something like ivermectin or Stronghold, is absolutely crucial. Don't delay if you suspect mites.
Wow, fatal.
Okay, that's a serious heads up.
Definitely. Now, eye problems, these are never ever normal in a guinea pig.
Yeah.
Never ignore an eye issue. A common culprit is a hay poke, where a sharp strand of hay scratches the surface of the eye, causes watering, squinting.
Yeah, and it can quickly progress to painful corneal ulcers if not treated. Other issues include conjunctivitis. You'll see redness, swelling, maybe discharge or other infections. Quick action is vital because, as we said, small animals are masters at hiding pain, and eye issues can deteriorate incredibly rapidly. So watch for any squinting, a cloudy or whitish or bluish film over the eye, redness, swelling, any discharge, crusty or wet, excessive blinking or watering, or any sudden change in the eye's shape or size. Prevention. Soft, dust-extracted hay helps reduce the risk of pokes. And ensuring sufficient vitamin C is good for overall eye health, too. Dental issues. While not as common maybe as mites, they can be devastating when they happen. Overgrown front teeth, the incisors, are easy to spot, but the back teeth, the molars, can also overgrow. It's called malocclusion or bad bite. They can form a painful bridge right across the tongue, physically preventing the guinea pig from eating. This requires a vet visit for filing or trimming under anesthesia, usually. Jaw arthritis can also cause pain, leading to poor eating, which then causes the teeth to overgrow from lack of wear. It's a vicious cycle. There are rare issues like soft teeth, possibly linked to mineral imbalances like low magnesium. And thrush, a fungal infection in the mouth or throat, needs urgent antifungal treatment from the vet. This is why consistently observing their eating habits, how they chew, if they drop food, is so important. When it comes to fighting or sudden behavior changes, especially biting, which is actually very rare for guinea pigs, they're generally gentle. The first rule is always rule out mites or pain first. Mites cause intense irritation, making them lash out, or maybe pain from arthritis or an unseen injury is the culprit.
Makes sense. Pain makes anyone grumpy.
Exactly. Sometimes hierarchy shifts can cause squabbles, maybe reaching breeding maturity, adding a new pig, or even bereavement, changing the group dynamics. If you notice barbering, that's one guinea pig chewing another's fur, sometimes their own a vet check for mites is a good first step. You can also try things like increasing enrichment, offering different hay, maybe a salt lick. Sometimes even dabbing a bit of Vicks Vapor Rub on the non-affected fur can deter the chewer. And finally, a quick note on neutering for males. It's become almost routine now for preventing breeding and sometimes helping with bonding. The critical insight here, based on veterinary experience, is that the abdominal method of neutering is now widely considered the safest approach. It tends to have significantly fewer post-operative complications, like infection or penile prolapse, compared to the older scrotal method. Females, on the other hand, are rarely spayed due to generally poor recovery rates from such invasive surgery.
That's a really comprehensive yet incredibly focused overview of health concerns. Knowing these specific signs and understanding the underlying why, like with the mites or the vitamin C, it truly can make all the difference in catching problems early. We've covered a remarkable amount today, seriously. From the crucial, often misunderstood reasons for regular nail trimming, to the step-by-step how-to that hopefully empowers you with confidence. We then expanded out into those essential general care practices, debunking some myths, highlighting key needs like that vital vitamin C, before diving into a whole range of critical health issues and their telltale signs. You're now equipped, hopefully, with a deeper, more nuanced understanding to give your guinea pig the happy, healthy life they absolutely deserve. Think of this as your shortcut to being truly well-informed. Not just knowing facts, but really understanding why they matter and how it all connects together for your little cavy.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the health of our guinea pigs, really, from the hidden quick in their tiny nails to their intricate social interactions and those unique dietary needs, it's all a testament to our ongoing observation and attentive care. Every small detail you learn, every little adjustment you make based on that knowledge becomes another layer of protection for them. Small signs can indeed point to something serious, and your informed attentiveness, you being watchful, is their very best defense.
So as you go about your day, maybe after listening to this, what subtle change in your own guinea pig might you observe more closely today, now that you know what to look for? Keep learning, keep observing, and keep giving your cavies the absolute best.